Kendall Jenner discusses pregnancy and motherhood. I feel so young. Hi, before we continue, please subscribe to the channel for all Kardashians news and update. Over the years, many people have often wondered about Kendall Jenner's thoughts on having children. This question keeps coming up, especially when she is seen in serious relationships, like the one she had with Bad Bunny. Since most of Kendall's siblings, like Kylie, Khloe, and Rob, became parents quite early, fans are always curious about when Kendall would decide to have a baby too. She is the only one among her siblings who has not had a child yet, and because of that, there is always some speculation about when she might give her mom, Kris Jenner, another grandchild. But Kendall has not stayed silent about this matter. She has spoken about it several times and shared how she feels about motherhood and where she stands on the idea of becoming a parent. In the Kardashian-Jenner family, it is almost expected that everyone will eventually become a parent. This family is not just famous, they were all born into a life filled with wealth and opportunities. Many people around the world do not see them as ordinary or relatable because their lives are very different from most people's lives. Being rich and constantly in the spotlight makes them seem distant from everyday struggles. However, among all the siblings, Kendall is seen as a little more relatable by some people, especially millennials. Even though not everyone can relate to her career as a supermodel, many feel a connection to her because of her struggles with anxiety. Kendall has been very open about having anxiety, and that makes her feel more real to many fans. Besides that, Kendall has also stayed child-free longer than her siblings, which is something a lot of millennials can understand. Many people from her generation are choosing to have children later in life or not at all, and Kendall's choice to remain without children for now makes her more relatable to those who are also enjoying their independence. But fans still keep wondering if Kendall's feelings about becoming a mother are changing now. Could she be thinking about starting a family soon? In her July 2024 cover story for Vogue, Kendall talked about her life and her thoughts on not having kids yet. She explained that when she was younger, she had a different plan in mind. She used to believe that by the age of 27, she would have started having children. That idea was very common among millennials. Many young people used to think that by their late 20s, they would be ready for marriage and children. However, as time passed, a lot of people realized that life does not always follow the plan you made when you were young. Now, Kendall has already turned 29 years old. Looking back, she feels differently about the timelines she once imagined. She said that even though she is past the age of 27, she still feels very young. She said she is really enjoying the freedom that comes with not having kids. She loves being able to live her life freely without having to take care of a child at this stage. She feels happy and satisfied with where she is right now. It shows that she is not rushing into anything and wants to enjoy every part of her life before making such a big decision. Kendall's comments about enjoying her child-free life came at a time when there were lots of rumors going around about her being pregnant. In December 2023, she posted some photos on Instagram that made it very clear she was not expecting a baby. In those pictures, she was holding a glass of wine and even captioned the post by saying, "Me and my wine again." This was a smart way to address the rumors without having to make a big announcement. Drinking wine is something people generally avoid during pregnancy because it can be very harmful to the baby. In fact, drinking alcohol while pregnant can cause serious health problems for the child. Because of this, Kendall holding a wine glass and enjoying her drink was her way of showing everyone that she was not pregnant. She was clearing up the rumors without having to say it directly. Fans who remember how Kylie Jenner hid her second pregnancy might have noticed that Kylie pretended to take a drink to hide her pregnancy. In Kendall's case, she was doing the opposite, making it obvious that she was not hiding anything and that there was no baby news to share. Earlier that same year, in 2023, Kendall was also part of a funny moment on the reality show, The Kardashians. During season 4, one of the producers jokingly asked her how her pregnancy was going. Of course, Kendall was not pregnant, and it was meant as a playful joke. It was refreshing for fans to see Kendall involved in lighthearted moments instead of always focusing on serious issues like her struggles with anxiety. It gave her a chance to show a more relaxed and humorous side of her personality. But even before all that, in season 2 of The Kardashians, on Hulu, Kendall's mother, Kris Jenner, had already been pushing her to think about her future. Kris has made it very clear many times that she would love to have more grandchildren. In fact, she strongly encouraged Kendall to freeze her eggs. Freezing eggs is a way for women to preserve their ability to have children later in life. Kris was very enthusiastic about the idea and kept suggesting it to Kendall, even though Kendall was not entirely sure about it. During the show, Kendall talked openly about how she felt about her mother's constant encouragement. She spoke to the camera in a very mature and thoughtful way, explaining that she still has a lot of things she wants to figure out before bringing a child into her life. She made it clear that having a child is a huge responsibility and something that should not be rushed. She explained that she is still enjoying her life the way it is and that she is perfectly happy without children right now. Kendall's words showed that she is thinking carefully about her future and wants to make the right choices for herself, not just do things because others expect her to. Kendall's attitude toward motherhood and her own life path is something that many people admire. She is showing that it is okay to take your time and make decisions when you are truly ready, not when others think you should be ready. It is a very mature and responsible way to live, especially given the pressure that often comes from being in the public eye. Many people in her position might feel rushed to settle down and start a family just to meet public expectations. But Kendall is choosing to listen to herself and her own needs instead. This mindset is something that a lot of millennials and even Gen Z individuals can relate to today. Society has changed a lot in recent years, and more people are realizing that everyone's path is different. There is no single timeline that everyone must follow. Some people find happiness early in marriage and parenthood. Others find happiness in career growth, travel, personal development, or simply enjoying life without those responsibilities for a while. Kendall's journey is a good example of how important it is to respect your own timeline and not compare your life to others. Even with all the attention she gets, Kendall has remained true to herself. She does not seem to let the pressure from fans, media, or even her family rush her into making life-changing decisions. Instead, she focuses on what feels right for her. She is showing that it is okay to enjoy your life without needing to meet someone else's expectations. In a world where people often feel rushed to achieve certain milestones by a certain age, Kendall's story reminds everyone that life is not a race. Kendall's openness about her anxiety also makes her even more relatable. Anxiety can make big life changes like having a child even more complicated. Knowing that she struggles with anxiety and still chooses to prioritize her mental health shows a lot of strength and wisdom. Thanks for watching. Please do well to share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more Kardashian updates.